Okay, so hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. In today's video, I'll be doing the Draw This Again challenge, which I have done a couple of times on my channel, or one time I think, but it was in Norwegian. So it's based on this first drawing, which I drew in 2018. This drawing is inspired by another Instagram artist, but I don't remember their name, so I'm really sorry for that. I really would like to credit the artist, but it's a long time ago. It was 2018, and this was the first time I had gotten my markers. So this was done with like Spectrum Noir markers or something. So it is a long time ago, and this was basically in my first sketchbook, and I had never drawn much before, and I just decided to take art more seriously. So yes. And then there's this other picture which I'm going to put on the screen right now. And this picture is from 2019, I think. And then there's this one from 2021. So this one I drew last year. So if you have followed me since I have my Norwegian channel, you probably recognize this one. And I just decided that today was a good day to draw this drawing again. So yes. Okay, so I'm just finding like some paper and my pencil, of course, and then I'm starting to sketch out the drawing. So I'm obviously starting with the tower because that's the hardest part, or I think so. I don't like to use a ruler, which you probably know already if you've watched me draw stuff before. I'm pretty lazy and I don't like rulers because I just think the lines get too straight, and I don't like that. And also it reminds me of math, and I'm not a huge fan of math. I think it's fun, but I don't like when teachers are like, oh yeah, you have to use a ruler. I hate that. So I'm not using a ruler even when I'm drawing a building or something, just because I don't think that's fun. And also maybe because like I'm a lazy. And yeah, but I'm just trying to get the lines to be symmetrical, and the tower is probably going to turn out a bit wonky, but that's fine because this drawing is mostly for me and also for you guys to see like how I draw stuff. And I think drawing buildings is like one of the hardest things ever. So if you can draw buildings, like wow, congratulations, you're better than me. And like I think that buildings are just so hard because, you know, the lines have to be straight, and I don't use a ruler, which is like the one thing you should use if you're drawing buildings. At least that's what they told me in school. And you know, I'm not going to change my mind about rulers, so I'm just winging it. And you can see that I'm drawing like this oh, what's it called, I'm drawing some stuff in and like it's not windows, it's sort of like these squares that are cut out of the tower, just for some detail. I don't know why I did it, I just thought it was fun, and also I did it in my last drawing, so why don't do it again. And you'll probably see that this one is going to be a lot similar to last year's drawing, which I drew in March of last year, so it's been over a year actually. But I really want to draw this drawing, but with Rapunzel in like a different pose or something. So I'm probably going to do that. But when I filmed this video, I was not feeling too well, so I just thought, let's not challenge myself. Let's just draw something basic and see if it turns out different. If not, then you have the same video from last year just in English. So who can complain about that? Not me. And yeah. But I think that I would like to do this drawing again soon and just draw a pencil and just without a tower, because it is only so much you can do with like a pose for the tower, because it is a small window, which doesn't make sense because like the window is almost as big as the tower, which does not make sense because that would mean that like the tower is pretty tiny, which if you've seen the Rapunzel movie, you know that it is a big tower. You know, you have place for like a living room, and you have, I think she has her own bedroom and stuff. Clearly she doesn't have that in this drawing, because I can't draw buildings, and also I'm really bad at like putting people in backgrounds or drawing backgrounds with people, whatever you like to say or whatever you like to draw first. I personally prefer to draw like just people standing in blank space, which does not make any sense at all. But it's just so much easier than drawing a full-on building or like a background forest or sea or whatever. I find that to be pretty difficult, so I usually tend to stay away from that, which is really bad if you want to get better at stuff. So just don't do like me and actually challenge yourself instead. But again, I'm lazy, and also I like my comfort zone when it comes to drawing, which I would like to get out of my comfort zone more. And drawing this tower is certainly out of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to all the flowers. Because I don't know if you noticed, I can probably put up a picture on the screen, but last year's drawing was pretty good, I would say. I really like it. I like the colors, I like the setting, I like the tower, it looks good. Like, I was really happy with it. But when I had finished drawing and turned off my camera, I realized that the flowers on the outside of the tower are supposed to go like around the tower, and on my drawing they're just laying flat on top and not circling like around the tower, which was kind of stupid because I had thought about it when I sketched, and then I forgot to erase the line which was not supposed to be on top of the tower. Like, as I was drawing a line to signalize to myself like how this would circle around the tower and where it would begin and where it would stop and stuff like that. And then I forgot to erase the helpline, and I messed up pretty bad, and I did it in ink, so it was pretty hard to do something about it. I could have drawn on top of it and like taken a picture and put it on my iPad and done some stuff on Procreate, but I think last year at this time I wasn't that experienced with Procreate. If you have followed me for a long time, you know that I gained some experience when I was drawing on one of my comics, which I have not been drawing on for like 1 year or 2 years. No, not 2, 1. Yeah, something like that. 1 year or a half year or something. Which is really sad because I really like comics, but I don't think comic drawing is something for me. Maybe I'll try like a tiny comic sometime. That could be a fun video. I also have another video planned with like how I take a picture of a drawing and then put it on my iPad and draw over it to make it look better, or if I make a mistake or something. I think that could be a helpful video for you guys. So look out for that, right? And that video is also going to be sort of like a book talk video, I think, because I did it a couple of months ago with the drawing that I drew. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I drew a drawing from the book 100 Days of Sunlight, which I read about Christmas time or something. And I really loved the book, so I decided to draw some fan art for it because there isn't a lot of fan art out there of the book. And so I did, and I really liked the art that I came up with, and the author also recognized me, so I was really happy about that one. And I decided that, you know, I should probably do this digitally and make like a phone background if you guys would like that. So if you have Instagram and you want one of my drawings that as a background for your phone or iPad or whatever, you can follow me on there, and I think I'll post it soon. Because like I think it would be fun to like post the background of this drawing because I was really proud of it and I think it looks cute. I drew this Polaroid picture of them, which if you've read a book, you know that Polaroids are sort of like a thing in the books. And so you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll post it soon, maybe not. It's sort of like an extra video for when I don't have time to film something else. And my filming schedule recently haven't been the best, if I am honest, and you probably know that. So if you're not subscribed already, you probably should subscribe because I am going to post videos kind of like irregularly because it is summer break and I think I need a break sometimes. So I've just let myself just have a little bit of a loose schedule with YouTube and trying not to burn myself out, because I have been feeling kind of burnt out by YouTube and it hasn't been as fun posting anymore, which kind of scares me because I really want to post for you guys. And yeah, I think the main problem is that I created this channel in Norwegian and then I switched to English, which was kind of hard. And also realizing that the reason I created a Norwegian channel was because I wanted something like that growing up. Growing up, there wasn't a lot of Norwegian YouTubers who drew, and I really wanted someone to look up to who spoke in like my own language, and there wasn't much out there, so I decided to just create my own thing. And then I did that for like a couple of years, maybe, no, 1 year, because I started in 2020, I think, with everything going on and a lot of me being at home. I thought like, hey, what a good time to start a channel, so I did. And you know, it was fun for a while, but then it kind of got quiet with like people didn't subscribe and it isn't a huge audience in Norwegian, so I decided to switch up to English. And with me switching up to English, it was really hard to like find a reason to post videos and find like a reason why I wanted to do this, because initially it was only because I knew how important it was to have like an influencer who draws to look up to, who speaks like your own language. But me switching languages I speak in kind of blew up that whole purpose. So yeah. But I have been having a lot more fun thinking about YouTube, and I think like getting back to drawing a lot again can be kind of nice. I haven't drawn a lot. I think it is mainly because I have like a bad habit of like forgetting my sketchbook and not taking it with me everywhere. Because when I take my sketchbook with me, I feel kind of creative, but sometimes I have like this huge art block, which is kind of hard. And so I think that maybe giving myself some time drawing when I want to draw, instead of like feeling like the pressure of having to post every weekend, can be kind of fun. And then I'll get back to drawing and I'll get back to content creating and doing all the content for my art channel and Instagram, which I think can be really fun because art is really something that makes me happy, and I've seen a lot of growth since I started my channel. Like, I have been getting better at drawing much quicker than I would have if I wasn't drawing every weekend for my channel. And so I think that really helps to like have a schedule for when you have to draw. But at the same time, if you do too much, you can kind of get bored with it, which is really bad, and you don't want to do that. If you like art, you don't want to make it like seem like a job. I think for some people it might work. In my case, it has sort of worked, sort of not. Like, I still think that art is really fun. I still want to improve, but I have other hobbies too. Like, I like to crochet, I like to write, I would eventually like to learn how to knit and stuff like that. So, you know, taking a break sometimes isn't necessarily bad, and I'm still trying to keep up with like my drawing practice and trying to get better, and we'll see. This drawing isn't that different from last year's, which really disappointed me when I was drawing it, because I was just like feeling like I was drawing the same thing over and over again, which I really don't want to do that with you guys. I want you to get some good content where you see that, you know, I'm getting better. But the one thing that is better is the flowers are actually wrapping around the tower this time, which you can probably tell, which is much better in my opinion than the last one. It did get a little crowded with the flowers over the window, which you can probably see, and it took a long time drawing all those tiny flowers. And so I'm really happy with how it turned out. The roof is a little bit too dark. I decided to go with purple because that was what I did last year, and I really liked the color scheme last year. So I did that, and then I colored all the flowers. I think the flowers look better this year. Her eyes are also a bit smaller, and I really love her hair and how that turned out. I tried some shading, and so it is a little bit more dimensional than last year. So this is the drawing. thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and like this video, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. I'm sorry. Bye bye.